Ladies and gentlemen, the President of the United States.
Hostilities exist.
What the hell?
It's Fish and O'Reilly!
Combining to take out sanity! They're attacking the authors of pain as well!
Our people, our territory, and our interests are in grave danger.
A seismic shift in the NXT landscape! Strong attacking Adam Cole, and now he's on the receiving end of a beatdown!
This form of treachery shall never again endanger us. I declare a state of war.
There's only one match to contain this chaos. A takeover it will be. Sanity versus the Undisputed Era versus the team of the Authors of Pain and Roderick Strong in 2 rings. In 1 cage. In War Games.
A violent and beautiful creation.
There are no laws. There are no rules.
It is survival of the fittest.
We are undisputed, and nobody can touch us. War Games will be the culmination.
So the question is, in war, what do you fight for? Honor.
I will be the next NXT Women's Champion.
Destiny.
The stars will finally align for Ember Moon.
Prestige.
I am going to make the NXT Women's Championship iconic.
Chaos. Redemption. Dominance. Recognition. Principle. Pride.
I have fought too damn hard for too damn long to let this slip through my fingers. At the end of the night, Drew McIntyre will still stand proudly NXT champion.
Yourself.
It's not about being the face of NXT. Andrade Cien Almas is the only brand we're worried about.
Only total war can result in total victory. I declare a state of war.
Welcome to War Games. And now, Mattel presents NXT TakeOver War Games.
From the city that just won its first World Series, Houston, Texas, we bring you a series of matches guaranteed to rock your world, culminating with an NXT first. Welcome to NXT TakeOver War Games. Hello there, Mauro Ranallo, along with Nigel McGuinness and Percy Watson. And guys, the sinister structure behind us tonight will house a bone-chilling, bone-rattling spectacle that will force the 9 brave souls involved to be back to the bone in order to simply survive.
It's 3 teams in 2 rings inside 1 steel cage, all hell-bent on pain and destruction.
Hey, fellas, this is one of the most devastating matches in the history of sports entertainment. There's a reason why War Games hasn't been around for like 20 years. If you happen to make it out of that cage, you will not be the same.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's get this party of pain started.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! About me, better watch how you speak. The greatest of all time, baby.
Introducing first, from Dayton, Ohio, weighing 260 pounds, Cassius. Oh no!
Well, this matchup is brought to you by Butter because it features 2 NXT superstars on a roll, guys. Cassius Ohno has had a big wave of momentum since, well, ending his rivalry with Hideo Itami.
Look, Cassius Ohno's my boy, and I know how tough this dude is. I know what kind of heart he got, but I can't help but ask myself, is he biting off more than he can chew right now?
I dare say you might be right, Percy. It was just last week on television that Ohno ran in on Lars Sullivan's match. That could have been the biggest mistake he ever made.
And his opponent, from Denver, Colorado, weighing 303 pounds, Lars Sullivan!
A Jack Kirby illustration come to life. You cannot help but marvel at the physical tools of the Leviathan logophile, Lars Sullivan.
You know, sometimes you look at Sullivan, you say he's got a tinge of Lenny from Of Mice and Men, but he's actually close to the books, also John Steinbeck, and how intelligent this man is.
Man, Lars Sullivan laughed in the face of Cassius Ohno when he came to the aid of Raul Mendoza last week. That's how confident he is, and that's how much respect he doesn't have for Cassius Ohno.
Most of Sullivan's matches last about as long as Little Pump's top 10 hit Gucci Gang, but he has proven to be a one-man gang, just like the Mohawk Sporting Sports entertainer known by that moniker who ran roughshod in these parts in the 80s. Lars Sullivan walking in the shadows of so many giants. He wants to be remembered as a colossal giant in his own right.
He's down the right path, that's for sure. This dude's a human battering ram. Look at him.
The one man who stands in front of him on that path is Cassius Ohno.
And immediately, Lars Sullivan showcasing his strength, bull rushing Cassius Ohno into the corner.
Picked up my man 265 pounds like it was nothing.
He just shook off that elbow.
Oh,
and the boot, look at this.
Cassius Ohno, a preeminent striker in his own right, just got bulldozed by Lars Sullivan.
Did you just see Lars just run through that clothesline?
Ohno is known as the knockout artist because he has some of the strongest strikes on the brand. The thing you've got to remember with Lars Sullivan, look at the size of his cranium. Think how thick that skull is. What are you got to do to get inside it?
On paper, this was thought to be Lars Sullivan's toughest test. And thus far, Sullivan passing with flying colors, and Sullivan diving off the apron. This superhuman monster showcasing some agility here tonight.
Sullivan is absolutely having his way with Ohno, manhandling him. Oh!
This is absolutely amazing. Lars just wants to destroy whoever's in his path. Look at this right here.
Shoulder block off the apron, driving Ohno down. What has Ohno got to do? He tried to start fast, but there was just no way.
I think that's the million-dollar question. How do you stop the unstoppable right here?
The walking wrecking ball, Lars Sullivan. There's the big boot counter from Cassius Ohno. Oh! And Zagiri by Ohno, and wow, Ohno showing off some agility in his own right before being turned inside out by Sullivan.
This is incredible. I don't want to say it's a decimation, but...
Hey, this is Cassius Ohno we're talking about, guys, the knockout artist.
Hey, look, I'll say it, it's a decimation.
Take a look at beautiful athleticism. Oh! Sullivan was there to cut him off.
Lars Sullivan is demolishing NXT superstar Cassius Ohno, clubbing forearm to the chest.
Lars said he's always in control. I believe him right about now. He's having his way with Cassius Ohno in there.
Ohno lands on his feet on the apron. Oh! And he meets Sullivan with a big boot to the head. Oh, the pop-up power slam! Mafia, the strength of Lars Sullivan!
I am almost stunned, lost for words. 1 second.
Covered! And Ohno able to kick out a pop-up power slam on Cassius Ohno. Lars Sullivan has left this NXT universe stunned.
We saw there, he's dangerous, he's impressive, but he's still a young competitor. In front of a lackadaisical cover. This may be a mistake as well.
Risk.
Something you don't see from Lars every day.
The diving headbutt. No water in the pool as Cassius Ohno was able to avoid another decimating blow.
Great point, Nigel. This is Ohno's moment right here.
It absolutely is, and he has to take it. He won't get another.
Oh! Vicious elbow and kicking. Sullivan's barely budging.
His jaw was open though. Damage done.
Oh, rabbit elbow.
He's staggering. Look at him. Ohno trying to take control right here.
Another rabbit elbow to the back of Sullivan's neck.
Somehow Sullivan is still on his feet. What is it going to take?
Cassius Ohno Oh, the cyclone kick! And for the first time, Sullivan is down! And the cover, and oh no! With a 2 count, that's the first time we have seen Lars Sullivan down in the center of the ring.
Well, it has been an absolutely monumental task for Ono.
Look at Lars's face right here.
Oh! Another big boot from Ono.
Pedal to the metal, Ono.
Wow.
Turn it up.
He's just getting more and more mad.
It's like
Sullivan.
It's like the more Ono punishes him, the more Sullivan likes it and wants it, and now stomps by Ono.
This is just brutal. Sullivan unable to protect himself.
Oh, the senton by Ono. Will Ono be the first? No, wait, not even one. Wow.
How did Lars Sullivan kick out of one? Look at the face on Cassius Ono.
Look at the face of Lars Sullivan.
Sullivan is apoplectic.
What a hard-hitting affair to kick off NXT TakeOver War Games. And there's a discus elbow from Ono. And the ropes may have kept Sullivan from going down on the canvas again. Another discus elbow. Blocked. And there's the freak accident by Lars Sullivan. It wasn't easy, but Sullivan vanquishes Cassius Ono.
Here's your winner, Lars Sullivan.
And Nigel, this is the kind of match that's only going to make Sullivan better, because even if it was for a few brief moments, he tasted adversity.
There was a couple of times where you could look and say, perhaps he made a mistake, but boy, did he follow up and capitalize. This man is impressive. He is dangerous. I don't know who can stop Lars Sullivan. Let's take a look at this impressive victory from the Leviathan. Acts of just brute strength to drive Ono down. Look from a different angle. That's 265 pounds. Deadlift up and down.
Lars Sullivan in his first TakeOver appearance. Wow.
Sullivan treating Ono like Apple software treated the letter I. You can't spell impressive without the letter I. Lars Sullivan is impressive and so much more.
A special thanks to Power Trip for Executioner's Axe, one of the official themes of TakeOver War Games. It's off the album Nightmare Logic, available now on iTunes and Spotify.
Look who's joining the party here at NXT TakeOver War Games. It's the British invasion of a good time, Nigel.
Well, there they are, the Undisputed Era, discussing strategy. General Manager William Regal, what strategy, though, are they going to need in this most diabolical of matches?
War Games still to come, but you know Aleister Black and the Velveteen Dream go together about as well as alcohol and social media, toothpaste and orange juice. However, it is one of the more compelling rivalries in NXT. Will Velveteen Dream be left in the dark, or will Aleister Black be blinded by the light?
Is there a difference between the dark and the light?
Take a long, hard look into the dark side of NXT.
In everyone, there is darkness and light. And somewhere in between lies Aleister Black.
Aleister Black has arrived.
And I know now what I need to do.
Everything that fades to black must come into the light. Here we have Aleister Black. The man who walked through darkness only to be blinded by the light that is your Velveteen Dream.
There's always one that thinks that they're special.
The man who is the polar opposite of Aleister Black.
I'm not other superstars. I'm the Velveteen Dream.
Velveteen Dream doing whatever it takes to attract Aleister Black's attention.
But the truth is, they all want recognition.
Not again.
That's a mistake.
I refuse to acknowledge a child that throws a tantrum to get attention.
Hey! Say my name! Acknowledge me!
Aleister Black denying Velveteen Dream the acknowledgement that he so desperately wants.
Aleister Black. Gotcha. At NXT TakeOver War Games.
Dream is morphed into Aleister Black's worst nightmare.
When all that's dark comes to the light, your lips say my name. Oh! Say my name!
You want to make a name for yourself. I will make sure that they never forget it.
Oh! Oh!
You wanted my attention. You have it.
Rising from the shadows, the ominous man from Amsterdam, the striking sensation indeed, Mr. Aleister Black.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Amsterdam, Holland, weighing 215 pounds, Aleister Black!
Roller than a snowman, a guy whose body of work gets much better reviews than the snowman, the laconic but lethal Black. And Percy, tonight he attempts to put Velveteen Dream on ice, and he hopes to make him famous.
I think he might just do just that. Aleister Black is the only person I've ever known in life to find peace through destruction and chaos.
He's taking his time, fellas. He looks determined and very, very focused. For weeks now, Velveteen Dream has been trying to get his attention. He tells him he has it now. He hasn't said his name.
Of course, Velveteen Dream looking to make a bigger name for himself by being the first NXT superstar to knock Aleister Black from the undefeated ranks.
I still have a hard time imagining anybody wanting to be on the radar of Black.
A product of the striking assembly line that is the Netherlands.
Velveteen Dream.
Well, this man isn't just anybody, Percy. This is Velveteen Dream.
And his opponent, from Capitol Hill, Washington, D.C., weighing 227 pounds, the Velveteen Dream!
The vainglorious one, always making a sartorial statement, but guys, don't judge the fashion magazine by its cover, because Percy, once the bell goes, Velveteen Dream can showcase another sense of style, the punishing variety.
Oh, the dude can ride, that's for sure. He's got a lot of talent, he can go.
He has a great physical advantage as well. Stands about 6'3", 6'4", good 240, 250 pounds. That's an imposing individual.
Tonight, he's being tasked with backing up his mind games, Nigel.
As I just said, he has the ability to do that, but he has to have a strategy against Black, who's a great striker, and that spinning heel kick, the Black Mass, is in my mind the most devastating finishing maneuver in NXT today.
Talking Velveteen Dream earlier backstage, we believe that Aleister Black is a fraud. Everything down to his tattoos is an intimidation technique. And Velveteen Dream just won't fall for it.
By the way, if you're joining us later here at NXT TakeOver War Games, guys, do not deceive. There are 2 rings. That's because we are making history.
Look at this.
Whoa!
Oh, look at this.
What the? Wow.
Look at that. Aleister Black on one leg, Velveteen Dream on the other, meeting in the middle.
Mind games, baby.
And Velveteen Dream.
Hey, look, if Velveteen
Rick
Dream...
Rude and Jake Roberts.
Absolutely, Jake Roberts' wife.
If Velveteen Dream can get and stay inside the head of Aleister Black, that's half the battle right there.
And to button my point about the 2 rings, it's for history that will be made tonight. Velveteen Dream screaming at Aleister Black, "They know my name." Now, he'll try to get the Dutch Destroyer to utter the name Velveteen Dream by the end of the night. In terms of the tools that they bring to the ring is, wow! Velveteen Dream paintbrushing Black. Beautiful, deep arm drag by Black, and you'll have to give the striking advantage. I mean, the experience edge, it lies in Black's corner, Nigel.
Of course, Black 10, 12 years in the job now, just 3 for Velveteen Dream. Steep learning curve in this match from the man from Washington.
And speaking of the steep learning curve, what would you suggest? What is the strategy for Velveteen Dream in a match like this?
Well, take away the strengths, which is obviously the strikes. Trained by MMA, oh, look at that.
Oh! What a reversal right into the hammerlock by Aleister Black.
Great of Johnny Saint there to get out of that rear chin lock, but as I was saying, really Black's strengths has always been his striking, his kicking ability. Trained by MMA trainer Bob Schreiber, who trained Stefan Struve as well.
The beauty of the Velveteen Dream is that he's a homegrown talent right there at the PC in Florida. I mean, this dude is NXT through and through.
I didn't expect this start to the match, though, fellas. I thought Black would come out striking, but really we've seen a technical masterclass from the man from Amsterdam so far.
Black's own version of mind games, being able to break down and just prove to Velveteen Dream he is the better performer, but snapmare by Black, looking for the rear chin lock, now into the front face lock.
Dream's got to be frustrated here. Time and time again, he's been able to get out of the hold, only for Black to get him straight back in. Nice monkey grip there with the front face lock. Dream trying for the single leg. He'll get the break here, though. Will it be clean? Oh, nope.
Duck under by Black into the waist lock, standing switch by the Velveteen Dream as they continue to jockey for position. Black bars the left arm.
Like always able to counter.
Oh, crucifix here. Oh, modified octopus hold by Aleister Black.
This is where that experience comes into play.
Really like a human pretzel.
And while Velveteen Dream wants Aleister Black to say his name, Black may force Velveteen Dream to say uncle.
Not if Dream can get to the ropes, though, or get out of this hold. There is a way.
Roll up by Black, shoulders down. Whoa.
Oh, wow, look at that.
Black physically punking Velveteen Dream. Barring the left arm again. Dream rolls through and escapes and nails Black with a forearm, but I don't know if this is an exchange. Well, Velveteen Dream getting the better of the striking exchange. Surprise, surprise.
Looked like Black had Dream all out of sorts, but I would never expect that Dream turning into a striking match would be his advantage.
Hey, he's got to compete, fight fire with fire.
Black just dumped Velveteen Dream to the floor.
What was this?
Great presence of mind, but now he's playing the mind games.
The athleticism, the guile, the cunning, craftiness of Aleister Black and...
Take that, Aleister! You want to play games? Velveteen can play games too.
He looked away though.
I don't know if those were exactly money moves, but they're Velveteen Dream moves.
It's ridden across his trunks, his tights there. Oh, now he's mirroring Black.
Mocking Black.
Velveteen Dream not into... Whoa! Aleister Black all up in the face now of Velveteen Dream.
Black mimicking Dream. Back and forth. What we thought perhaps would be a striking match is now a match, a battle of wits.
Stand up momentarily, Oklahoma roll! The shoulders down for a count for Aleister Black, deep arm drag. And Velveteen Dream has the presence of mind to take it to the ropes and breaks Aleister Black's grip.
I think Dream was just trying to get to the outside.
Oh! Running lariat by the Velveteen Dream.
The opening that Dream needed right here.
One thing to be said about Velveteen Dream, he does not get swallowed up by the moment, Nigel. Despite the lack of experience, he fully believes that he belongs on this stage in there with the likes of Aleister Black.
That's Murray because he believes he is the moment. And this is certainly his moment and his chance.
I mean, he's got Aleister Black on the ropes right now. This dude, Velveteen Dream, deserves to be here, bottom line.
What's he thinking?
Aleister
He needs to
Black
move fast.
trying to recover on the floor.
He needs to move quick.
Velveteen Dream!
That's what Black did earlier.
Not exactly, Percy. He
Who
didn't
is
do it as well
winning
as
the
that.
mind games here, Nigel?
Oh, Velveteen's up, if you ask me.
Aleister Black trying to counter, trying to find his way back into the ring.
Now this match is starting to break down. Hold on.
Scary.
Looking for that Death Valley driver, perhaps.
Well scouted by Aleister Black. Series of Black double super kick. Wow, taking a page out of Black's playbook, and Black has to pop that right shoulder up just in the nick of time.
Man, he caught Black right on the jaw.
That was impressive, right upside the jaw, but
Full mount.
serendipitously landed on top for the pinfall attempt.
Round and pound from Velveteen Dream on Aleister Black, and again, Dream bringing the striking to the striking machine.
Here it is. That super kick right underneath the jaw, landing on top straight afterwards. It took him a while to get moving, but Dream is really impressed now.
Dream, speaking of it, the rude awakening, and did you think, as Dream goes for the cover, shoulders down, and Velveteen Dream almost vanquishes Black, did you think that that it would be the Velveteen Dream that would have scored the most effective kick in this match, Percy.
Oh, man, that was amazing. To say I'm impressed is an understatement right now.
Rear chin lock there, but all the weight, 245 pounds in the lower back. That's pain in the lower back, but it also makes it very difficult to breathe, sapping the energy from you. And look at the way he's trying to cover his mouth as well. That makes it even more difficult.
Hey, look, it's not just about Velveteen making Black say his name. It's about Velveteen Dream making a name for himself.
He's certainly been doing that thus far, Percy.
Velveteen Dream giving Aleister Black one of the toughest matches of his NXT tenure, and Black has been in there with some thoroughbreds, but Velveteen Dream now shot to the lower back area, drops Black again.
I'm telling you.
Looked like Velveteen Dream was going to try to roll the dice there, and again, here's a striking exchange.
Just grabbing hold of Black, knowing that he can't compete in that regard. Hold on for a clean break. Doesn't get one.
Velveteen Dream smothering the offense of Black, tying him up, not giving him the space, just like a good boxer would do. And now, we've seen this before. Dream has Black tied up in the ropes again.
What's my name? Hey, what are you doing, man? Come on, he's in the book. What's my name? Come on. Knock it off, man.
Oh!
Not a word from Aleister Black.
Just a kick to the face and a forearm. And now Black trying to fire back, but again, Velveteen Dream a step ahead. Oh!
Nice deep kick from Black and follows it up.
Beautiful sweep by Aleister Black. Oh, a big knee to the head of Velveteen Dream, and now Aleister Black has the momentum.
That slap sent Black into a different atmosphere. He's all fired up now.
This is the Aleister Black perhaps we expected to see.
Hard burst into the corner, springboard! Cabrera into a pinning predicament! Dream able to escape!
He says that's it. Dream is down, he is prone. And slowly he picks the man up. Let's take a look now, Cabrera. Landing right across the chest, got all of it. And now this match starting to slow. Both men tired.
Black from the corner. Frog rolls through. Fireman's carried by the Velveteen Dream, looking for that Death Valley driver. Big kick. Oh, but the Velveteen Dream off the ropes just ate that roundhouse.
He's got it.
Death Valley driver with a cartwheel by the Velveteen Dream.
That look tired to you, Nigel?
Huge. There's an upset of the making here. The Dream's gonna win now.
Oh, but that pinfall attempt did. You can't blame him though, Percy. He's given his all. He's impressed me.
Black's in a dogfight right now.
Black, one of the few that is kicked out of the Death Valley driver with a cartwheel.
Dream's got to keep going on the attack though. Look, his mouth wide open, sucking wind. He's tired, but he can't stop.
Incredibly competitive contest here between the flamboyant upstart Velveteen Dream and the laconic yet lethal Aleister Black.
I don't know if Black expected to get in this type of a battle tonight here with Velveteen Dream.
Black kicked out of that Death Valley driver. What's he got to do to beat this man? Well, perhaps we're going to see it here.
Oh, no. He's got him in the fireman's carry, about to send the turnbuckle. Is he going to try it?
Come on.
Is he looking for an avalanche Death Valley driver? No, instead, Black with the counter.
Oh, misses the punch.
Oh, but Black did miss that kick, and that sends Velveteen Dream crashing down hard to the canvas.
Watch out.
Oh! Knee strike by Black. How did Velveteen Dream kick out of that?
But look how quickly Black follows up.
Rolling the dice and nailing Aleister Black with that modified DDT.
I mean, that was out of straight instinct, but Dream has got to get the cover here.
And the Velveteen Dream has the NXT Universe on its feet. Cover! Oh! Aleister Black and Velveteen Dream serving up another instant takeover classic here in Houston.
He talking about two cats in the ring going the distance.
I am so impressed with both of these competitors. Listen to the NXT Universe.
Incredible pendulum of momentum, the ebbs and flows, and yet Velveteen Dream, this again could be an experience, Nigel. He has Aleister Black ready, now looking for that purple Rainmaker.
He's going.
Oh! Eats the foot of Aleister Black and now finds himself tied up in the ropes.
Can't showboat, it'll cost you.
Well, that, some would say, is karma.
Referee desperately trying to extricate Velveteen Dream.
Now Black sees it.
Oh, the Black seizes the moment. Oh, the super kick by Velveteen Dream. But the momentum of Aleister Black, and he nailed Velveteen Dream with a knee. What a striking smorgasbord we are being treated to here tonight, Nigel.
What a match, Morrow. This is absolutely incredible. Back and forth. Doesn't it speak volumes about how important this match is to these two individuals, what they're willing to give?
It's about more than just having your name said. It's about pride. At the end of the day, oh! And there it is, the Black Mass, and for Velveteen Dream, this night fates the Black.
What a match, what really a showing of fortitude for both of these guys. Starting out, Black was the technical master, but here it would get down.
Hard to believe this is the third year in sports entertainment for the Velveteen Dream. What a valiant battle he put up against one of the best in NXT, Aleister Black.
Strike knee. Deep pinfall attempt. Somehow, Dream kicked out. The match would continue. Look at the impact and the angle on that DDT. Absolutely incredible. Slow to cover. Still had to gyrate those hips. It took too long, though. That was why he was able to get the foot up. And then, in a term of karma, he would get caught on the ropes. Finally, Black Mass upside the jaw was enough to end the dream of Velveteen Dream.
Black can refuse to go down Velveteen Dream's rabbit hole of mind games.
Enjoy infamy, Velveteen Dream.
He finally said it, huh?
Well, in a way, both men won here. Black got the victory, but ultimately Velveteen Dream did get Aleister Black to say his name.
Not quite what Velveteen Dream envisioned, but one hell of a fight. And in the end, Aleister Black remains undefeated, vanquishing the double tough Velveteen Dream.
Well, a big night for Aleister Black. He's got something to think about as he heads to the back.
Both NXT superstars making bigger names of themselves here tonight. What a match between the Velveteen Dream and Aleister Black. Well, we are at the the Toyota Center in Houston, home to the high-octane offense of the NBA Rockets. Well, there's plenty more high-octane offense still to come here at NXT TakeOver War Games.
Well, one of those teams here in Houston, high octane, it is Sanity. And their MO of controlled chaos has to make them favourites here tonight. But in such, wait a second, there's the GM, William Regal, talking what strategy could they have tonight. We will find out in this infamous match.
And look who is joining us here in Houston, the longest reigning NXT Women's Champion, 523 days, Asuka, SmackDown's #1 announcer, Funaki, and Finn Balor, a former NXT champion. He's getting ready for Survivor Series. And the NXT Women's Fantastic Four are getting set for the biggest match of their respective careers. Who is ready to replace Asuka as NXT Women's Champion?
I give you the undefeated 523-day reigning NXT Women's Champion.
No one is ready for Asuka!
Asuka and I have started negotiations with Raw and SmackDown Live, but Asuka will be stepping down as NXT Women's Champion.
The new NXT Women's Champion will be decided in a fatal four-way. We already know one of those competitors, and that is the lady that won the Mae Young Classic, Kairi Sane.
And Kairi Sane comes up big to win the first ever Mae Young Classic.
NXT Kairi Sane is here.
Don't quit on me, don't quit on me now tonight. The last time.
This woman in the ring now is a future world champion.
Boom, boy.
NXT will crown a new women's champion. Will it be the Pirate Princess, Kairi Sane?
A pirate princess? There is nothing iconic about Kairi Sane.
I don't dance 'cause I want to.
The class, elegance, and poise of a Sophia Loren, the athletic ability of a Judy Grable, and with Billie Kay, they are the most iconic duo.
Peyton Royce has punched her ticket to Houston and the Fatal 4-Way.
This needs to be the face of the NXT Women's Division.
I wanna see you.
At TakeOver War Games, the stars will finally align for Ember Moon.
No stranger to the NXT Women's Championship picture, Ember Moon would love to finally become NXT Women's Champion.
I think she is ready and determined to become the next champion.
The opportunistic Moon with the eclipse! Moon advances to the Fatal 4-Way!
I will make my destiny come true in Houston.
Kairi Sane, Peyton Royce, Ember Moon.
I'm gonna take the next piece. I don't dance 'cause I want to.
Nikki Cross, loose wired, chaotic and unhinged. Something wicked this way comes.
Again!
Nikki Cross's moment. Oh!
Is headed to the Fatal 4-Way!
Let's play.
One of these four women will leave NXT TakeOver War Games as the new NXT Women's Champion.
The following contest is a fatal four-way match to decide the new NXT Women's Champion! Introducing first, representing Sanity, Nikki Cross!
Well, Nikki Cross puts the Wild in wild card, capable of creating more chaos than Thor's sister Hella. And guys, she is hella determined to become the next NXT Women's Champion, the last to qualify, winning that Battle Royal.
Mara, who can forget Nikki Cross's Falls Count Anywhere match with Asuka? Now it's Cross's manic, untempered soul that is going to be a handful for anyone. But can it secure a victory here tonight?
Oh, are you talking about wow? Did you see Nikki Cross just running around, bouncing off the walls in the locker room? She's crazy. She's out of control.
That is why I said puts the Wild in wild card, my friend. We have Asuka at ringside, the longest reigning NXT Women's Champion, but Finn Balor was the longest reigning male NXT Champion. So, two champions in their own right. We're about to crown the new queen of the NXT division.
Cross kind of took the long way around to get here. She lost the triple threat qualifying matches, Peyton and Liv, and then had to participate in the Women's Battle Royal for the final spot here in the Fatal 4-Way.
Man, she makes the battery rabbit tired. I'll tell you, she is full of energy and always brings the fight to the ring. And Nikki Cross, and willing to do whatever it takes to become NXT Women's Champion.
And her opponent, first from Yamaguchi, Japan, Kairi Sane!
The inaugural winner of the Mae Young Classic. Victory in that tournament that featured 32 women was enough to garner her entry into this fatal four-way match. Pirate Princess Kairi Sane. And NXT TakeOver War Games is brought to you by Mattel's Tough Talkers Championship Takedown Ring, available now at a retailer near you.
Kairi Sane, known as Onna Kaizoku, the female pirate, continues her odyssey here tonight towards the NXT Women's Championship.
Might be small in stature, but big things come in small packages. She's going to put on a show here tonight.
Who's your pick here tonight, Percy?
Ember Moon, hands down. It's her time, man.
Okay.
Says the unbiased analyst.
Well, this, I think, has got to be my pick and the pick of everybody on Twitter.
And coming into the ring by Billie Kay from Sydney, Australia, Peyton Royce!
Oh, the haute couture loving iconic duo. I'm sure Peyton Royce also owns vintage Chanel sunglasses, aka clout goggles. And she would have plenty of clout if she were able to procure the NXT Women's Championship. Receiving some words of encouragement from her BFF, Billie Kay. And you have to admit, guys, the title around Peyton Royce's waist would be sure to put her on any best dressed list.
Hey, man, Peyton Royce looked scared straight for a second. She ain't got a partner in crime, Billie Kay, to be at ringside with her.
Well, of course she's scared. This is the first time she's in the ring. Billie Kay there had a word to her, said, listen, you're on your own here. So she took a deep breath, and now the Venus Flytrap is out there on her own. And I think you could be looking at the next NXT Women's Champion.
Earlier this year, Peyton Royce had a chance to challenge Asuka for the NXT Women's title, fell short. And another opportunity here.
Ember Moon!
Texas own Ember Moon, hoping that the stars align here in Space City She is primed to finally blast off as NXT Women's Champion in this, her third opportunity of the year.
That's right, it's after failing to wrest the NXT Women's Championship from Asuka in those two big championship opportunities. The breathtaking and athletic Ember Moon has had to really refocus and concentrate on making the most of this, what could be her very last title opportunity for a while.
You're right, man. She took a loss to Asuka in TakeOver Orlando. She lost to Asuka in TakeOver Chicago, and she couldn't even compete due to a shoulder injury in TakeOver Chicago. And she lost to Asuka in Brooklyn as well. This is her time. Believe it, she is ready.
The NXT Women's Championship up for grabs, a fatal four-way match, no disqualification, no countouts. The only way you can become NXT Women's Champion is via pinfall or submission.
An interesting strategy here.
The
Four
swivel
individuals.
on your head strategy.
I would say hang pack. There's a phrase in England, even in a hero's heart, discretion is the better part, but two girls, two women, ignoring that sentence.
4 incendiary ingredients equals a combustible confrontation. Ember Moon with the single leg drop kick on Nikki Cross, and Peyton Royce looking to take advantage of the situation.
I reached out on Twitter earlier in the day to get fans' interest. Who do they think was going to be the champion at the end of this match? Almost everybody said Peyton Royce.
And speaking of Twitter, look what's trending #1 worldwide. Hashtag NXT TakeOver. Who was going to take over the NXT Women's Division? Ember Moon crashing into Kairi Sane in the corner.
Why wouldn't it be trending #1 worldwide after what we've already seen? We still got War Games to come.
Nikki Cross, oh, the spinning back kick by Peyton Royce, looks for the cover. Oh, rolling neck snap by Kairi Sane as she leaps now for the cover.
That's what makes this match so dangerous. Like you said, you got to swivel your head. You got to have eyes in the back of the head. Because the second you try to pin someone, second you try for a submission, someone's going to come in and stop you.
Tip up, but there's only two in the ring right now. Ember Moon and Kairi Sane, both of them wanting to take advantage. But now Ember Moon turns her attention to Peyton Royce and Nikki Cross, and the Pescado wipes out Cross.
They want no parts of that.
And Kairi Sane with a flying forearm smash across the face as she leaps off the apron. Sane with clubbing forearms to the back of Peyton Royce. And again, Ember Moon cleared for takeoff.
Oh!
Banks Suicida!
They're like a 2-for-1.
Look at the speed of Ember Moon as she came between the middle and bottom rope with that low pay.
Houston, we have liftoff courtesy of Ember Moon, but now Nikki Cross grabs her follicles.
Oh, no.
Oh!
Clubbing forearms, back and run. Hold on.
Oh! Man. Power bomb Moon! Did you hear the impact? Nikki Cross's body crashed to the floor with a sickening thud.
Here it is, Ember Moon. Two birds with one stone, quite literally. And here it was, perhaps looking for a Hurricanrana instead. A powerbomb for that psychotic Scott.
And that will have to eliminate Nikki Cross for the time being as Kairi Sane renews hostilities with Ember Moon. Double axe handle to the chest. Moon trying her best to try to block these chops from Kairi Sane, but Sane is chopping Moon down.
Some are getting through, and every one those arms go down. Could this be steps towards being the new champion?
Feeling it.
Kairi Sane! Oh, the interceptor! In the corner, the spear on Ember Moon! Oh, Peyton Royce able to avoid Kairi Sane and now tying her up in the ropes.
Oh, making use of that incredible flexibility.
Remember, all legal, no disqualifications here in this fatal four-way match.
But look how prone Royce is now to attack. If someone comes in now, there's no way she can protect herself.
If Sane, there on cue, Nigel. Ember Moon able to to save her opportunity of becoming champion, because if Kairi Sane verbally capitulated, we would have had a new NXT Women's Champion.
Somehow the Venus flytrap was able to continue.
Moon now focusing her attack on Kairi Sane. Quick roll up by Sane for a 2 count.
Oh. They're slowing down a little bit now. Some damage being done.
He's got to take advantage now while Nikki Cross is out of the picture.
Sane ducks under the clothesline. Leapfrog again. Sane spears Peyton Royce. Oh, spinning back fist by the Pirate Princess.
Well, she's going to the top. Perhaps this is a little early. I don't know.
Looking for the insane elbow early. Oh! Well scouted by Ember Moon.
Well, it's Moon who, from the top rope, is known for that Eclipse corkscrew stunner. Won't be able to hit it from this position.
Both Sane and Moon in a precarious position in the corner. Moon perhaps the stronger, trying to physically take over.
It's gonna be bad right here.
Peyton Royce!
But who can take advantage here? All 3 women down. Where's Nikki Cross?
Peyton Royce lighting the stick of dynamite in that explosive corner maneuver. And Royce almost became the new NXT Women's Champion right there. She immediately goes to Kairi Sane crossface cover.
2 covers with that forearm across the face. Look at the angle and the impact on Sane.
Look at this. Superplex, combination German suplex. And that Tower of Doom now has Peyton Royce, Ember Moon, and Sane. And look, Nikki Cross interjecting herself back in the fray. Diving cross body on all 3 other competitors.
And Cross has been lying in wait, regaining energy. The Bannockburn Banshee is on fire.
That's how you make up for lost time right there.
Kairi Sane, Peyton Royce licking their wounds as Nikki Cross takes the fight to Ember Moon momentarily. Now on Kairi Sane, the resilient Nikki Cross. Oh, and ties Kairi Sane to the Tree of Woe, putting the boots now to her midsection. Oh!
Strong forearms from the Scot.
Triumvirate of forearms, and there's a clothesline that sends Peyton Royce over the top rope and to the floor. Nikki Cross and Fuego taking over this fatal 4-way.
She's
swinging fisherman neckbreaker. New NXT Women's Champion. However, Moon in to short circuit that cover.
You gotta think, fellas, fatal 4-way rules really, really benefit Nikki Cross's sort of unpredictable style, but there it was Moon who saved the match for herself.
Moon with a big kick to the face of Nikki Cross. A picture of carnage.
Look where she's going.
Know what she's thinking.
Here in Space City, Ember Moon would love to hit that Eclipse, but Nikki Cross cutting her off with the pass. Oh! Slingshot right into the forearm. Nikki Cross from that top rope. Swinging neck breaker with impact, and Moon.
Smart by Moon trying to get out the ring.
Able to try to recover.
Beautiful fisherman suplex.
With a beautiful bridge by Peyton Royce and Kairi Sane.
And that's
in to ensure that this NXT Women's Championship match continues.
Oh my goodness.
I don't know. I think you're right, Percy. As close as it could possibly come. Oh, wait a second.
Kairi Sane with an Alabama slam on Peyton Royce, and Nikki Cross felt the brunt of that.
Look how quickly Sane going to the top rope. Could this be it?
Pirate Princess about to deliver. Insane elbow. X marks the spot.
But it landed on Royce. She's pinning the wrong woman.
Sane. Oh, and Ember Moon in to knock Sane off as Sane was looking to become champion.
Look at the height and the impact from Kairi Sane, but look at who she lands on. Peyton Royce, and instead of pinning her, unfortunately, it was only Nikki Cross left in the ring.
High risk, high reward. Who is going to fill the huge shoes of Asuka as NXT Women's Champion? Ember Moon has come close in the past, but now Peyton Royce running roughshod on the rest of the field.
This could be it. The stunner from down under, ready to poise. Hold on.
Ember Moon with the eclipse!
Oh my goodness!
Ember Moon with the eclipse!
We have a new champ!
Ember Moon has become NXT Women's Champion!
Here's your winner, and the new NXT Women's Champion, Ember Moon!
Here in the Lone Star State, her home, she has become the North Star of the NXT Women's Division.
It has been a long road for Ember Moon, but she definitely deserves this. Take a look at our newest NXT Women's Champion.
Well, what a battle. All these four women gave their all. I have to say, every one of them could have won at some point during the match. Well, let's take a look at how that happened. Here it is off the top. I'm not sure if she caught both women with it, but she got more on Cross here from a different angle. Yeah, I think she got both of them, but it was Cross who took the brunt. One last look.
Spot on.
Wham! Right underneath the jaw, and Cross was down.
After coming up short on two separate occasions this year against Asuka, Ember Moon has... Oh! And speaking of the Empress of Tomorrow, what a classy gesture this is!
And a great rivalry has come full circle, finally.
Incredible sign of sportsmanship and respect. Remember, it was Ember Moon who showed the same respect when Asuka vacated the NXT Women's Championship. You can see Asuka in action tomorrow night at the Survivor Series, but tonight it's all about Texas' own Ember Moon. She has finally become NXT Women's Champion.
Yes, sir.
Let's take one more look at the way that Ember Moon was victorious here in her home state. Look at the torque and the angle on that eclipse. Catching Cross underneath the jaw and a deep pinfall cover. Impressive victory, and it has to mean the world for Ember Moon to finally be on top of the mountain here as the NXT Women's Champion.
The sixth NXT Women's Champion in history. NXT TakeOver War Games coming to you from Clutch City, the Toyota Center in Houston, Texas. The next NXT TakeOver event will come to you from the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia, Royal Rumble weekend. But tonight, it is all about NXT TakeOver War Games. And And as you can see, an elaborate set for tonight's NXT TakeOver War Games, just like the new WWE Top Talkers Championship Takedown ring from Mattel, with the cages and trussing. Hey, you can recreate all the action from tonight's TakeOver at home. And guess what? It's available now, so pick one up for the holidays.
Well, they say no man is an island, but tonight Roderick Strong has to feel like one. He gave up the opportunity to join the era, but now he's got a real tough test ahead of him. William Regal there, giving the rules. This is going to be a test for all three men.
More NXT alum in attendance, the Maryville mouthpiece, fellow Canadian Kevin Owens, taking in TakeOver War Games, and another former NXT champion, Samoa Joe. He and Shinsuke Nakamura, the only two-time NXT champions.
The baddest man on the planet right there.
And speaking of champions,
here it is tonight. The champion Drew McIntyre has one of the biggest tests of his career. It was just last week on NXT television that Andrade Cien Almas left him laying. Can he continue with that momentum, or will the Celtic Colossus remain on top of his kingdom?
McIntyre with the Claymore! Do we have a new NXT champion?
Here's your winner, and the new NXT champion, Drew McIntyre.
All the work over the last 17 years led to this moment.
I'm absolutely honored and privileged to be the face of NXT. To be leading the charge to be the champion, there's no other feeling like it in the world. And the dream had come true.
Drew McIntyre, it's been a long journey for you to this title, so congratulations to you.
Thank you very much.
I'm going to be taking over the interview from here. You and Andrade Cien Almas have a lot in common. He too was on a downward slope.
He needs to transfer his focus back into the ring and not on women in party.
And he got a second chance. I was his second chance.
Zelina Vega will do whatever needs to be done to ensure that Andrade gets to the promised land.
Why is it that you've been avoiding Andrade? Do you really think that makes you a credible champion? Andrade Cien Almas and I still haven't gotten the contract for the NXT Championship match.
If Andrade seriously wants the match, tell him instead of sending just his business partner, maybe he comes with you next time and he tells me he actually wants the match.
Andrade Cien Almas attacking the NXT champion Drew McIntyre.
Absolutely vicious.
Andrade Cien Almas signs the contract, then uses Zelina Vega's gum to stick it to the champ.
When it comes to TakeOver, Andrade, bring your A game. And I assure you, everything you have got will not be enough. Drew McIntyre will still stand proudly NXT champion.
One last time, Cien. Face me like a man. Unless Zelina's not going to let you off the leash for the night.
Here comes Andrade Cien Almas. They're not going to wait for TakeOver War Here we go.
What?
Andrade Cien Almas will do anything to be the champion. You are looking at the next NXT champion.
This is going to be a championship match for the ages.
The NXT Championship reign of Drew McIntyre could be in peril at TakeOver War Games. Andrade Cien Almas, guys, was the toast of the town, a third-generation luchador in his native Mexico, where he conquered the oldest sports entertainment promotion still in existence. But here in NXT, Almas went from living La Vida Loca, which led to taking L's in the ring, to bouncing back and earning an opportunity at the NXT Championship. Guys, thanks to that enterprising Spitfire, Zelina Vega, who has helped Almas renew his focus.
I have to completely agree. Andrade Cien Almas has all the talent and all the tools in the world, but Vega has given him purpose, given him drive, and that's what I believe he's been missing. Now he's ready to take his game to the next level.
It certainly has seen that with Vega by his side, he's always had the advantage. He's always been one step ahead of Drew McIntyre. As we've seen, Vega will do whatever it takes to get a victory for her man.
What do you mean one step ahead, like attacking Drew during a contract signing? Is that what you mean?
That's one thing, Percy.
That's cowardice, man. Drew said step to him like a man. That's not real manly.
That's exactly what he did. Step to me like a man, that's what he did. You can't blame Almas that McIntyre wasn't ready.
Agree or disagree was an emphatic statement made by the tandem of El Idolo and Zelina Vega. And he has more than earned the opportunity at becoming NXT champion. Hard-fought victory over the likes of Roderick Strong, and what about the two matches with Johnny Gargano, including a TakeOver Brooklyn 3 and then recently on NXT TV.
This man is incredible. He's gone from strength to strength. But he couldn't pick a better time to challenge for the NXT Championship.
It was at NXT TakeOver Brooklyn 3 in August that Drew McIntyre dethroned Bobby Roode and began his reign as NXT champion, paying tribute to his Scottish roots. And Nigel McIntyre, more king than Super Mario Odyssey, and what an odyssey it has been for the great Scot.
Well, he certainly has a 3-year hiatus away, developing his style, developing his brand to be one of the very best sports entertainers in the world today. And now as he enters his 4th month as champion, just 91 days. How does that compare to other reigns? Well, Seth Rollins was the inaugural NXT champion for 134 days.
And McIntyre actually faced Seth Rollins in that Gold Rush tournament to determine the inaugural NXT champion.
We saw him there earlier tonight. Finn Balor was the longest reigning champion, 293 days. And of course, also who we saw here tonight, Samoa Joe, at the somewhat ignominious stat of the shortest reign for his second reign at just 14 days.
But to be fair to the Samoan submission machine, my friend, as we mentioned, he and Nakamura, the only 2-time NXT champions. But tonight it's about Drew McIntyre and his legacy.
Oh, without a doubt. I have one word to describe Drew McIntyre, and that's rededication.
The following contest scheduled for one fall is for the NXT Championship. Introducing the challenger, accompanied to the ring by Zelina Vega from Gomez Palacio, Durango, Mexico, weighing 215 pounds, Andrade Cien Almas. And his opponents, from Ayr, Scotland, weighing 265 pounds, he is the NXT champion, Drew McIntyre.
There you go, Percy. He stepped up to him like a man.
Andrade Cien Almas pie-facing the NXT champion, and
If he was a man, he would have stayed there.
talk about the size disparity between Zelina Vega and the NXT champion, yet she is fearless, willing to put herself in harm's way for the greater good.
She does it time and time again. She believes.
So the bell and this NXT championship match underway. The champion Drew McIntyre, the challenger Andrade Cien Almas. Hashtag if you want to get in on the conversation, and if you're part of the NXT universe, we know you love your social media. Hashtag NXT championship. Just don't be a Twitter truck with that, okay? It's Almas.
Come on.
Trying to physically intimidate Drew McIntyre. That's not going to happen, right, Nigel? Oh, that's going to hurt, though.
I think, to be honest with you, he's just more trying to take McIntyre out of his game. You know he can't compete in terms of physical attributes. The man's 3 to 4 inches, 30 to 40 pounds heavier as well. Got to do something different.
Almas, of course, a bona fide heavyweight, showing off his athleticism and his agility. Really a hybrid. Has competed in Japan, Puroresu in Mexico, the Lucha Libre, now here in NXT, where he hopes to become NXT champion.
There's the power I talked about, that weight advantage.
Quick counter strike by Almas.
Simple side headlock, but look how easily McIntyre is able to stand up.
Tip of oh, yeah. Nice counter by McIntyre. Mid-air, catching Andrade Cien Almas and then delivering a big boot to the side of his forehead. Oh, jawbreaker by Almas. Hard hitting affair already, no feeling, no process.
Can't do that. Don't go back to being that overconfident, cocky. You can't get cute and toy with like that.
Because McIntyre will make you pay with the boot.
Well, for once, I hate to say it, but I have to agree with Percy. You won't hear me say that often. I'm surprised Vega didn't get on his case as well.
Almost delivering a boot of his own on McIntyre. And there now, Zelina Vega!
Come on!
Whoa!
Wow!
Look at, and McIntyre able to deliver a forearm to the side of Almas' head, so that plan went awry for Zelina Vega. She has to pick her battles, right, Percy?
Oh, of course she does.
Let's be honest, though, that's just an example of what she brings to the table. McIntyre has got to be careful.
She has definitely rejuvenated, resurrected, call it what you will, the career of Andrade Cien Almas, and a big reason why he's here now vying for the NXT championship. Oh, and McIntyre shoulder first into that unforgiving ring post. But it is the champion's advantage, guys, because there's only one way Almas can walk out NXT champion. It's via pinfall or submission in the ring. And still, at numero uno worldwide, hashtag NXT TakeOver. We thank you and we hope you're enjoying wherever you may be watching. Oh! Almost with the lateral press, but McIntyre able to kick out immediately.
Just at a 1 count, and that's important to see. A lot of energy left in this dog.
There's Almas using the real estate to his advantage, the hanging. But he has to be careful. He cannot be disqualified for it. Taking advantage now with the lateral press.
Well, as you know, it only takes 2 seconds with an armbar to pop someone's elbow.
Right. He's looking for the Fujiwara armbar. Just has the left arm barred. Does Andrade Cien Almas? Talk about adjustments, Percy, that Drew McIntyre has to make against a guy like Almas, who has the X factor there with Zelina Vega.
He's got to play his own game. You can't be worried about Zelina Vega and Andrade Cien Almas. Don't let him get inside your head. Just keep doing what you do.
Percy, if he's not worried about Vega on the outside, he's going to get caught.
Almost happened earlier in the match, but he did have the presence of mind, and now you see the character, the fortitude of Drew McIntyre looking to will himself back up to his feet. But then Andrade Cien Almas stops him with a knee to the sternum.
Oh, look at that great innovation.
Power of McIntyre. Inverted face lock.
There's that power you were talking about, Nigel.
Suplex by Drew McIntyre, throwing Almas across the ring.
A great show of power, but more importantly, it buys McIntyre some time, some well-needed time. How slow he is to get to his feet.
Oh, McIntyre runs right into the back elbow of Almas, and then McIntyre corks a right hand. And now a ferocious striking exchange. Almas sent for the ride, and he's dropping that clothesline. Now Drew McIntyre picking up momentum. Whoa! Beautiful overhead release, belly-to-belly throw by McIntyre.
Drew ain't messing around.
Man, the way he is physically manhandling Almas gives you an idea of just how strong Drew McIntyre really is. Off the top, turnbuckle, drives Almas to the mat.
And a nip up from a man 6'5", 265 pounds.
Hey, you see the concern on Vega's face?
Up he goes.
Almost carried by McIntyre, but Almas with a couple of back elbows. Pop up. Oh! And Drew McIntyre with the Celtic Cross.
Came close. 2.5. Look at the way he's grabbing his arm, though. That was damage done earlier in the match when he was rammed into that ring post.
And remember, Almas worked on it with the armbar. Two students of the game.
Strike it up.
Drew McIntyre maybe. Oh! I thought he was looking for the Claymore. Instead, he eats the drop kick from Almas.
He's in the corner. Watch out.
Oh, and Almas looking for the drive-through double knees, but it was McIntyre able to sidestep that attack.
I think he hit the back elbow on the way through, though, Morrow. Now tornado.
Oh, tornado inverted DDT. Almas with the back press. Oh, and one count away from a new NXT champion being crowned in Houston.
You can just feel the energy picking up, the anticipation.
I am just beyond impressed with the aggression of Andrade Cien Almas right now.
Yeah, a lot of that has got to be credited to Vega on the outside, barking orders. Oh, hold on a second.
Oh, Almas was looking for that hammerlock DDT. Drew McIntyre drives him into the corner, but then eats a big boot to the face. Oh, electric chair.
Oh, nope.
Trying for the reverse Hurricanrana. He's got caught now, though. Instead of that, it is.
Alabama slam by Drew McIntyre. Will this be enough? McIntyre almost retained the NXT title right there. And again, innovation, adjusting on the fly, adaptability. Talk about those characteristics, Nigel.
Well, and it's also pulling out all the stops. He knows what's on the title. He knows the title is on the line. He knows the importance of this match. But he's going to the top rope. For a man 6'5", you don't see this often, and that is the reason
why. Springboard drop kick by Andrade Cien Almas. And Drew McIntyre falls hard to the floor on the outside, and Almas not going to give him any time to recover. But McIntyre catches him.
Where's he going?
Oh! Head scissors, and that sends Drew McIntyre face first into the post.
Well, McIntyre, big mistake. Watch out!
Mamma mia! What a moonsault by Almas!
Andrade going for it. You got to take advantage of any opportunity given to you.
Hold on!
Covered by Almas! Oh, after the monster moonsault, Almas gets a 2 count.
And all of this is down to the interference from Zelina Vega. But look at this. Look at the height. 20 feet through the air.
What does the NXT Championship mean to Andrade Cien Almas? Well, we just caught a glimpse, willing to put his entire body at risk as he gets popped with a right hand from McIntyre, and he's now precariously perched on the top turnbuckle.
Looking for that big superplex if he can get it. Oh, no!
But Almas turns the tables, crotches McIntyre. Grapevine the leg, and now McIntyre's tied to the Tree of Woe.
Oh, no.
Double stomp, Almas. Drive through double knees.
McIntyre's in trouble.
Back press, hooks the leg back
take more than that.
Well, if there was a mistake at all that Almas made there, he took his weight off of the shoulders of McIntyre to try to grab that leg, and that enabled McIntyre to kick out.
What does it say about Drew McIntyre that Andrade Cien Almas is emptying everything in his impressive arsenal and still failing to conquer the champion?
Drew knows what he's fighting for, and that's to retain an NXT title. He is resilient as they come.
You can't blame Almas, he's excited, but he's making mistakes because he's excited by not hooking legs.
Looking for that step-up enziguri. McIntyre picking him up, deadlift, and a power bomb by McIntyre, shoulders down, Almas escapes!
Well, that's what McIntyre was looking for earlier on the outside. He hit it in the middle of the ring this time, which, let's be honest, is the best place to hit it. Look at the impact. Oh my word, just the impact and the reverberation. Feet across the shoulders as well. McIntyre dotting his I's, crossing his T's. Oh!
Drew McIntyre.
Glaswegian kiss.
Glaswegian kiss. Whoa. Roll up by Almas, surprising the champion for a 2 count. Duck under by McIntyre, future shot! Future shot, DDT! Will the NXT champion retain? Unbelievable! There have been so many memorable NXT championship matches at TakeOver. We have Kevin Owens, Finn Balor, Samoa Joe in attendance. They've all been involved in memorable confrontations. This one will be added to the annals. What a match it's been thus far.
Absolutely no different than any of those matches, but look at the impact. Future shot DDT. And he still follows up.
And really here, Drew McIntyre looking to solidify his reign as champion. After a hard-fought title defense against Roderick Strong, now looking for the Avalanche Celtic Cross, but the counter by Almas. Oh! Face first. Across the turnbuckle goes McIntyre. Almas again! To the back this time with a drive-through double knee strike. Will it lead to victory? Will it lead to... No!
McIntyre, I thought, was out.
Oh, and now the aggression from Almas. Full mount, ground and pound, wild punches on McIntyre.
Almas has got to be careful, does not want to get disqualified. He's frustrated, I understand it, but he's got McIntyre prone now.
Andrade Cien Almas, he was a champion in his native Mexico, symbolically thinks he is the NXT champion now. But the referee distraction, the spike run up by Zelina Vega. What just happened?
Hold on!
Hammerlock DDT by Almas. Oh, McIntyre kicks out, much to the chagrin of Zelina Vega.
Vega can't believe it. They thought they just had a golden opportunity to capitalize.
They thought they just outsmarted the NXT champion.
Baseball Hurricanrana landed all of it. Almost quick to follow up with a hammerlock DDT. Everyone in attendance thought that was it, including Andrade Cien Almas. But he still can do it.
An incredible struggle for the NXT championship. Two of the best! Claymore just turned Almas inside out! And this should be it! Well, Vega was instrumental in getting Almas to this championship match, and boy, does she want to play a big part in the outcome!
Man, what won't she do?
It doesn't matter because the referee's view was distracted. He did not see Vega's help. Oh, she's worth her weight in gold.
But right now, it's all about the weight of that NXT championship. The gold currently belongs to Drew McIntyre. He is psyching himself up. He wants to put Andrade Cien Almas away with another Claymore. And he got hung up on that top rope.
Missed it by a while, may have torn his groin perhaps, I don't know, there's damage done. But both men spent, and understandably so. But Almas has got to get together.
Exactly, these are the moments that Andrade Cien Almas has to seize. Percy has the champion compromised.
He's got to dig deep, he's got to find a way.
These are the moments that make a career.
Oh,
man.
Almost with the one, the two. Madre mia! Madre mia!
And the new NXT champion, Andrade Cien Almas.
Andrade Cien Almas es el nuevo campeón NXT. I can't believe what we just witnessed, Nigel.
Nobody can. Everybody on their feet. An absolutely incredible victory and turn of events. Almas is the new champion.
Here at NXT TakeOver War Games, Andrade Cien Almas is the new NXT champion. I don't know if he can believe it yet.
Believe it. Adios mio.
Well, let's take you back to the closing moments of this match. It was McIntyre who would try for the Claymore a second time and get hung up on the top rope. But then look at the impact and the angle of this DDT. All of 265 pounds landing on top of the head and a deep pintle attempt. Absolutely incredible.
You talk about future shock. Well, the future is now, and Andrade Cien Almas has shocked Drew McIntyre.
Give credit to where it's due. Zelina Vega brought Andrade from where he was to where he is now, the champion of NXT.
There is just no way that you can overstate the effect of Zelina Vega. What a game changer in this man's career.
The luchador becomes the 12th man in history to mine NXT gold. Here at TakeOver War Games in Houston, we have a new NXT champion.
But your heart has got to go out to Drew McIntyre. Really had the match stacked against him with Vega on the outside. I'll give him that. But all's fair in love and sports entertainment.
Left arm that had been injured by Andrade Cien Almas early. And look, living la vida loca, but now he's earned the right to do so in NXT, right?
Oh, yeah.
100% he is on top of the mountain.
Meanwhile, dejected and injured Drew McIntyre, wondering what just hit him. His second title defense, successfully defended against Roderick Strong, but a dejected Drew McIntyre.
Well, what a contrast between these two. Dejected McIntyre in the middle of the ring. And El Idolo, successful, the new champion.
Talk about a little push in the right direction. Look at that, man.
A champion.
He's coming over.
Through, and here he is. He's bringing the fiesta. The NXT Campeón.
Congratulations.
Zelina Vega setting him back here, and wow, well, why not? He can take over any piece of real estate he wants tonight.
We're on the show, brother.
Andrade Cien Almas now sits atop the NXT mountain.
Hey, man, you deserve it.
Wow.
don't dance 'cause I want
Special thanks to Mama's X for playing one of the official themes of TakeOver War Games. Available now on iTunes and Spotify. And well, fellas, we all have interesting takes on the matches so far, but one man whose opinion I want to know is the man who largely created NXT, Triple H. Following TakeOver War Games tonight, the game will be on Facebook Live, giving his take on the winners and losers, the triumphs and tragedies, and the future of the brand.
NXT, the brainchild of Triple H, but right now we're about to bear witness to the barbaric brainchild of the late legendary American Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
Fellas, I've got goosebumps. We're just moments away from the most dangerous match in sports entertainment history being born again. The destruction returns. It's War Games.
Yeah, man, you get a very unsettling feeling seeing this monstrosity come down over the ring, man.
A sea of scores about to be settled in highly unsettling fashion. Well, what do they say? The kings of chaos, sanity are ready to get it on with the agents of anarchy, Undisputed Era. And the enemy of my enemy is my friend alliance of the Authors of Pain and Roderick Strong. 9 NXT superstars will enter the cage. 9 souls could be stolen by the callous steel.
The Undisputed Era lives by a saying. Do not start a war that you cannot finish.
We have new NXT Tag Team Champions!
Oh, wait a minute!
That's Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly!
This place, this world, this universe belongs to us.
Good God! They're not just here for sanity, they're attacking the Authors of Pain as well! An all-out assault here on the NXT Tag Team division.
We're just getting started.
Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish, we are untouchable. Another ambush here in NXT. We are unstoppable.
Well, these men are here to change the landscape.
And we, not again,
Are undisputed.
Roderick Strong has come so close to breathing the rarefied air as NXT champion, falling just short. Strong realizes that in many ways, he's at a career crossroad.
Part of our era.
What does Roderick Strong need to do to get to that next level? I think join the Undisputed Era.
You guys want to come in here and you want to make your mark.
What?
Well, you're looking at the group that wrote the book on making a mark.
Sanity looking for a little revenge.
You're gonna find out that in this universe, what matters is the chaos.
Oh my God, it's the Authors of Pain, Razor and Akam. We haven't seen them since they lost the NXT Tag Team titles and TakeOver Brooklyn.
The Authors of Pain have chosen to take our little setback
Here comes Roderick Strong.
and make it into a set up.
Roderick Strong joining the Undisputed Era.
Yes!
Oh! What? The Authors of Pain now helping out Roderick Strong. It's Bedlam.
Now this situation has become utter madness. At TakeOver Houston, these 3 teams will be in a triple threat match. In War Games!
What? 3 teams, 2 rings, and 1 unforgiving cage.
War Games!
I was in the first War Games, and you know what I remember? It is survival of the fittest.
For the first time in nearly 20 years.
A powder keg of fury and desire.
Take over.
When the dust settles,
United.
when the war is over,
We purge.
we will prove what we already know and shock
Assist. What will happen in one of the most brutal matches in sports entertainment history?
2 rings, unforgiving steel cage, no disqualifications.
Houston, we have a War Games. There it is, a sinister structure that will house War Games.
And of course, Dustin Rhodes, the prodigal son, his father, Dusty Rhodes, created this match.
And Arn Anderson was involved in 18 War Games matches.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to War Games! The rules for the match are as follows. The match begins with all 3 teams inside separate shark cages with 1 member from each team starting the match. After 5 minutes, the remaining 2 members from 1 team will be released to enter the match. After a 3-minute period, the remaining 2 members from a second team enter the match. Following another 3-minute period, the final team's members are released to enter the match. A victory via pinfall or submission can only be attained once all 3 teams have entered War Games. Escape the cage, and your team forfeits the match. And now, let the War Games begin!
They are the masters of anarchy. The only thing they care about is chaos.
Introducing first, they are the NXT Tag Team Champions, Sanity!
And the NXT Tag Team Champions, the kings of the NXT Jungle. But in this matchup, it's the law of the jungle. In the steel cage, War Games, all about survival, period. And now, they will enter the shark cage.
This will be interesting. It's Wolf and Dane in the shark cage, which means that man, Eric Young, heads to the ominous, huge steel cage.
We all know Eric Young to be the master manipulator, but how in the world do you prepare and plan for War Games?
And that's what NXT General Manager William Regal was discussing with the team. Who was going to start? Well, it's the crafty veteran, the merchant of mayhem, the leader of Sanity, Eric Young.
Young has 20 years in sports entertainment, so if you want anybody in the beginning of this match, it is for him.
Yeah, he has seen and done it all, but he has never been a part of something like War Games.
Surprisingly enough, EY looks at home in that cage.
A trio of technical wizards who are equally truculent and arrogant.
Well, yeah, since bursting onto the scene here, Goldfish and O'Reilly really have raged against the machine and raised the ire of almost every other competitor on the brand. Tonight, they face 6 of them. But starting things off, captain of the team.
And Percy, now we know why Adam Cole looked a little concerned after he was talking to WWE NXT General Manager William Regal. He's entering the fray first.
I guess so. He's starting this thing off with tricks. You know, Adam Cole says they're untouchable and unstoppable and undisputable. That's going to be put to the test here tonight, that's for sure.
Well, Adam Cole wants nothing to do with the ring that Eric Young is in. Playing the second ring is Adam Cole.
He wants the ring to himself, much like the Undisputed Era want NXT to themselves. And this is a good start to get it.
Trash talking at an all-time high between Cole and Young, and every single NXT superstar that is willing to put his career on the line tonight in this NXT historic matchup.
The erudite Paul Ellering leads the way. Between those behemoths, the Authors of Pain.
He was involved in the very first War Games match back in 1987, and wow, Roderick Strong has gone all in.
Accompanied by Paul Ellering, the team of Akam, Razor, the Authors of Pain, and Roderick Strong!
And the Authors of Pain is menacing as a mind flayer, and that much more dangerous with Roderick Strong in the fold for this matchup anyway.
That's one way of looking at it, but you've got to be honest, they're really only team members by way of mutual enemies.
Again, when it comes to War Games, Paul Ellering has been there, done that. First matchup, July 4th, 1987, the Great American Bash. Superpowers versus the Four Horsemen, and it's going to be Roddy. Well, not necessarily versus the world, but versus Eric Young and Adam Cole.
This really is a huge moment because with Roderick Strong starting this match, who does that leave in the shark cage? Both members of Authors of Pain chomping at the bit.
And again, the match does not officially begin until all 9 superstars are in the ring. This is all about trying to get the best of your opponent, trying to simply beat each other up.
I mean, what happens here? You expect to see some sort of temporary alliance here?
And for these 3 guys, of course, this is all about endurance.
You want to talk about history, you want to talk about this NXT first, you talk hashtag War Games on social media, and social media has been buzzing since War Games was first announced. Well, here we are. Roderick Strong, Eric Young, and Adam Cole. 5 minutes before another team will enter the 2 rings surrounded by the unforgiving steel cage. And Percy, you talked about an alliance. Well, Roderick Strong fires off the first salvo on Adam Cole. Oh.
Yeah, it's really got to, I think Strong's in a tough position in this match. I mean, you've got to remember why he's in this position in the first place. He had the opportunity to join Undisputed Era, and he gave up that. So now he's got to face their wrath, as well as the fact that the Authors of Pain really don't care about Roderick Strong.
A standoff here, Percy. What's the strategy early on, knowing that the match doesn't officially get underway until minutes later?
Stay alive. Do as much as you can to inflict as much damage and punishment to both of your opponents in the ring.
Oh, that right hand landed.
Crafty veteran Eric Young knocking down Roderick Strong with the right, and Eric Young off to a decent start here.
Oh, I'll be honest, Percy, I don't know if it is do as much as you can do. Perhaps it's doing... Perhaps it's do as little as you can do. Get away and let the other two fight it out.
Well, it's kind of a catch-22 because I believe you do want to do that, but you got to conserve as much energy at the same time.
And Takayama Fry here between Roderick Strong and Adam Cole. Strong already busting out a backbreaker, the messiah of the backbreaker, and Adam Cole looking for the drop kick. Well scouted, and there. Oh, Adam Cole.
What's he thinking?
The rules again, if you escape the cage, your entire team is eliminated, so...
I don't think he was trying to escape, Mauro. I think he was trying to go to the top, try some offensive action up there.
He's been trying to run away since this match started, Nigel.
You're crazy. There's no way he is quitting.
And remember, the match has not started officially. Adam Cole watches Eric Young and knocks Roderick Strong off the top rope, so there is no pinfalls or submission. This is all about doing what Adam Cole is doing, putting the boots to his opponents, softening them up for the match beyond that's to come.
Well, with Eric Young and Roderick Strong now, just imagine what if the rest of the Undisputed Era are the next team to come in.
And Strong landed hard on that metal partition that connects the two rings.
With all three members in together, they could essentially take out Young and take out Strong completely.
Fireman's carry by Adam Cole. Oh, into the neck breaker. Over the knee, and Eric Young is going to be feeling. And Cole now going to set his sights on Roderick Strong. So Cole, the veteran, just trying to lay waste to both of his opponents.
A great strategy from Cole. Look what he's done. We talk about in a tag team match, cutting the ring in half. Adam Cole has cut this cage in half, one opponent in each half.
You cut the ring in half here, you're left with one ring though, right? As Adam Cole now goes back to work on Eric Young, and Cole, what makes Cole so successful, Nigel? Where are the intangibles?
I would say it's his confidence. From day one, Adam Cole has known he was just destined for success to be the very top.
He's sly, man. He's shrewd. His leadership ability, getting men to bend to his will.
Snap suplex. Jack in the back and realigning the spine of Roderick Strong, and Adam Cole continues to build confidence. Has taken over the first 5-minute period. The swinging neck breaker.
Wow, he's doing well for himself, isn't he? And do you think perhaps, as we see another neck breaker, that Roderick Strong is now perhaps regretting the decision to not join the Undisputed Era?
Not at all. Not at all.
Why not?
Oh, because Roderick
He doesn't need them. Look at him.
This is the character that Roderick Strong possesses. Reversal on the Irish whip. Off the ropes, and a running lariat by Strong levels Adam Cole.
Got scores to settle out here, Nigel.
Sure does.
And a tribute to the Nature Boy Ric Flair, and of course Ric Flair involved in so many War Games matches as a member of the legendary Four Horsemen, and Roderick Strong. Final 10 seconds before another team will enter.
Oh, we got
the two rings surrounded by this cage.
It is!
So Adam Cole's got back up in the form of Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly, the Undisputed Era, with the numbers advantage.
You want to change your answer, Percy?
I think they're coming right for Roderick Strong here, man.
And immediately the ground and pound by Kyle O'Reilly, those open palm strikes. Bobby Fish, a couple of hyenas just picking away at their prey.
Well, Strong's only opportunity here is to somehow form an alliance with Eric Young, but I don't see that happening.
The Undisputed Era laying waste to both Eric Young and Roderick Strong.
I mean, look, I like Strong. My heart goes out for him every time I've known him. He's determined. But listen, he could have created an absolutely unstoppable faction, but instead, he can only think about himself.
And in many ways, the Undisputed Era needs to be measured in its attack as Cole, O'Reilly, and Fish unloading on Eric Young, because This match is still not official. And that is why Undisputed Era is not going for pinfalls or submissions.
Just 2 minutes left now to the next team. The Era have got to bring out the big guns. Yes, you can't beat anyone at this point, but you can hurt them so bad, they're effectively taken out of the match.
Wheelbarrow suplex, and that's exactly what Undisputed Era is all about, Nigel.
Hey, look, Young and Strong have to find a way to survive in here.
Undisputed Era looking to break bones and looking to break the fighting spirit of their opponents. Look at this.
Wheelbarrow suplex. So much momentum across the top of the shoulders and lower back.
And look at Roderick Strong, though, valiantly trying to put up a fight. Has put a chink in the armor of Kyle O'Reilly, as Bobby Fish and Adam Cole have their sights set on Eric Young.
Down he goes. Come on, fellas, get some damage done. Now's the time.
Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, and Adam Cole strutting their way to Roderick Strong. Confidence at an all-time high.
Bad news written all over karate right now, man.
Running attacks by all three members. High impact offense.
Numbers just too much.
I gotta be honest with you, fellas, by the time whoever comes in next, they may not have a partner left. Whether it's the AOP or the rest of the Sanity.
This is what War Games is all about, man. The danger of War Games.
And the games have not even officially begun yet. That's what makes this so terrifying.
You hear the Hall of Famers say it all the time, man. Booker T even said he left a piece of himself here in War Games when he was a participant.
You talk to all of the legends who have participated in the over 30 War Games matches. You leave a piece of yourself, a potentially big piece of yourself in the cage. Who is next? Oh, it's the Authors of Pain.
Oh, boy.
This is a game changer and then some.
Cavalry is coming for Roderick Strong, Razor, and Akam.
What like a godsend.
And look at Undisputed Era trying to keep the cage door closed. Oh! And O'Reilly, the door smashed into his face by the Authors of Pain.
Well, this arguably was the worst thing that could happen to the Undisputed Era. Two absolute behemoths.
And the AOP has changed the complexion of this confrontation. Again, not an official match yet.
The worst thing that happened to Eric Young, he doesn't have any backup in there.
O'Reilly trying to bring down the big man, Razor.
Well, I had a chance to talk to the enforcer, Arn Anderson, who, as you said, has been in more War Games matches than arguably anybody else.
What a Beal throw!
He says it's the toughest match you've ever been involved in. You can clearly see why.
By Akam, and remember, this match will officially begin when the other members of Sanity are allowed to enter. Wow! Projectiles, both rings being utilized.
One thing Anderson also told me, he said this match is all about pacing and endurance.
Authors of Pain! And there's a unique form of offense. Roderick Strong willing to be the canary in the coal mine, and it works.
The body's laid out all over the place.
That, gents, is the Paul Ellering factor.
Look at this.
Absolute.
AOP just tossing bodies from one ring to the next.
These guys are strong, they're aggressive, they're dangerous, and they are pretty much taking out every other opponent in this match.
And we await the other two members of Sanity to make War Games official.
The scary thing is, though, when they come in, they're going to be fresh.
Couple of trees of woe. Akam and Razor wanting to take advantage now. Razor and Akam have Cole. And Fish and Fireman's carry. Oh, wow!
Absolutely incredible. Oh, my God.
The Authors of Pain making a statement.
Death Valley drivers into the corner.
A precursor of the punishment that still awaits here in Houston, Texas.
Well, somehow Roderick Strong is back on his feet.
It's funny you mentioned Roderick Strong, because at the beginning of this match, I was wondering, how does Roderick Strong, or will Roderick Strong actually fit in with the Authors of Pain?
The only people firmly on their feet are Roderick Strong and the Authors of Pain. Clubbing forearm by Razor.
Now this is impressive by the Authors of Pain, but let's not forget, gents, they're expending a considerable amount of
In 8
energy.
seconds, War Games, the match beyond, officially begins.
And in my book, these men are now the favorites because they are fresh as a daisy.
Alexander Wolf, Killian Dane, and now it's War Games. And look what Alexander Wolf has brought to the party.
Wow.
Anything goes, fellas.
Again, no disqualification here at War Games. It's all about survival. The first team to score a pinfall or submission will win Russian leg sweep as Alexander Wolf is at Fuego.
Well, give him points for innovation. What a way to take control. We haven't even seen Killian Dane yet.
Dane has got a couple of other toys he would like to introduce to the gathering.
This is about to get ugly.
The plunder as Sanity looks to pillage its competition. Merciless in their attack. Steel chairs across myriad spines. It is already chaos, and War Games has just begun.
Well, I said before this would make Sanity an advantage.
Ask, and ye shall receive. Killian Dane, the Beast of Belfast, giving the NXT Universe what it wants.
This place is absolutely insane.
And Dane, the Beast of Belfast, bringing in the furniture. Meanwhile, Eric Young continues to lead the attack. This does not bode well for the Authors of Pain and Roderick Strong or Undisputed Era.
Sanity are the only team apart from O'Reilly, and he's back down quick enough.
Suplex. That wasn't one of Kyle O'Reilly's shiniest moments.
Oh, where's he going?
O'Reilly slam on the garbage can.
And still Dane hasn't got into this match now, finally. Why, when I'm right, I'm right. What an advantage for Sanity.
It is time to raise a little hell in H-Town.
And everybody's locked in now.
What? Killian Dane locking the door, making sure again. There is no escape, and if you do choose to escape the cage, guys, you forfeit the match for your team. Here comes the Dane.
Oh, he's eating the key. He just locked it, locked the padlock, and ate the key. Oh, my word.
He just swallowed the damn key. What is Killian Dane thinking? And I guess early on here, he is the key to success for Sanity.
Look how he's seen. Saw Akam and Razor on their feet. And single-handedly is taking it to the Authors of Pain.
The NXT Tag Team Champions and not about titles. Corner Avalanche send in the St. Bernards for the Authors of Pain. Oh, what a move! A senton drop kick by the innovative Killian Dane.
Killian Dane is in here cleaning up.
Everyone, I mean, it's not only about your A game, Nigel, it's about being as mentally strong as you can be in a match of this type.
Oh, he's physically strong as well. Beautiful combination.
Look at Dane. And again, he's the one who locked the door, so you know he's not going to try to escape what he's going to try to do here. Killian Dane with a diving cross body.
It's a strike.
Wiping out the rest of the field here in War Games.
I can't believe this right here.
Dane with the cover. Adam Cole in to save the day.
The very first pinfall attempt in this match. Now we could start seeing more because everybody is fair game.
Well, Adam Cole has that kendo stick. Let's see if he can swing it like Jose Altuve. No, it's blocked by Killian Dane.
Just swipes it out of his hand like a child. Up he goes.
Oh, but here comes Bobby Fish trying to chop down the bigger beast of Belfast. Sunset flip attempt by Fish.
He's not going
Bell
down.
clapper by Dane. Dane catches Adam Cole. Mitch, a no clapper on Fish. Mitch. Killian Dane pulling out all the stuff. Double pin. What an offensive display by Killian Dane. And remember, as we revisit the action, Nigel.
Michinoku driver sitting down at the same time. The second time up in this matchup. What innovation from the Beast of Belfast.
Killian Dane made his WrestleMania debut in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, and he continues to show what he is capable of doing here in War Games. Look at Killian Dane's power. Fireman's carry. No, not a fall-away slam. Samoan drop, of course, a fall-away slam. Samoan drop.
But I think one of the Authors of Pain, Razor, did the same thing.
Another meme-worthy NXT moment, courtesy of Killian Dane.
Now two of the biggest men in this matchup trading forearms on that center grate. Very little give there. Clubbing forearm.
Oh, the big boot by Razor. Oh, but a bigger boot from Killian Dane with a bicycle kick. Oh. And there is Killian Dane low, crossbody, but here comes Akam.
Oh, that was strength.
Look at that. Power slam. Akam cover on Dane. Will the Authors of Pain and Roderick Strong win War Games? No.
O'Reilly breaking it up with a chain of all things.
Yeah. O'Reilly.
Hey, whatever works.
Letting the Undisputed Era. No, oh, using the cage. Tornado DDT by O'Reilly.
Now Eric Young looking for a suplex.
Oh, Enziguri by Cole.
This match breaking down. This is so dangerous now. People are tired. No one knows where they are. Up he goes, chasing the Dragon.
Chasing victory here in War Games as the Undisputed Era.
But they didn't try to pin him. That
Bodies
says a lot.
everywhere. Dane, wow, looking to decapitate Adam Cole with that crushing clothesline.
Man, you just got to think Eric Young, Roderick Strong, and EY have to be exhausted at this point.
O'Reilly and Fish looking to double team Dane. Oh, they chop down the Beast of Belfast.
Down to two knees.
Oh, dueling kicks.
Oh, and the Axeman strikes. It takes one in the midsection.
Oh, axe kick and a crushing forearm by Kyle O'Reilly.
Accent smash from O'Reilly. And he's barely on his feet. But with that chain in his hand, he's got bad intentions.
The brutality on full display here at NXT's first ever War Games. O'Reilly will now use that chain on Alexander Wolf.
Oh, that's just vicious.
Oh, man, across the face.
Across the cheekbone, underneath the knee. Yeah, I can't
To
see.
leave an imprint and just tying up Wolf with the chain.
Well, perhaps.
Looking for Armageddon with the chain.
He stepped across.
And there it is! O'Reilly looking for Armageddon, the cross-arm breaker, but look at the defense by Alexander Wolf.
Wolf has the monkey grip, but he's only got the fingers in
But
left.
remember, if Wolf taps, Undisputed Era wins War Games.
Oh, it could be over right here.
Oh! What an elbow drop by Young.
Where'd he come from?
He saved the match without a question, but he may have broke his arm.
Oh, my.
Salt! Bobby Fish pulling out all the stops. All 9 superstars going for broke. And fortunate thus far not to break anything.
Their bodies scattered all over. Everybody's down. And look at this. Out of nowhere.
Wow!
Well, Young was a pinfall attempt there. He had no idea Fish was coming off the top with that moonsault. And now everyone down.
That's the
Rivalries
mentality.
have come to a boil. Settling scores here tonight in the most painful way possible.
But that's the mentality of War Games. That's what it takes. It's either all or nothing.
There is a reason a War Games match has not existed in nearly 20 years. It changes people's lives, Nigel. It changes people's DNA.
It will change everybody's chance in this match. Now looking for that power bomb. No, the Super Collider.
And the two-ring Super Collider. Killian Dane also caught in the crossfire. Cover. Oh, and again, Eric Young in to stop that pinning attempt by the Authors of Pain.
Well, one factor here, which I think could be huge, Paul Ellering is still on the outside, directing traffic for his Authors of Pain.
As he should be.
Starting to see the wounds developing between the opponents in the ring.
Young lands on his feet. Oh, and Young sends Razor crashing into Akam.
What's Young's strategy here? How can he keep the advantage against these two massive individuals?
Oh no, that's Razor on the top turnbuckle. Fireman's carry by Eric Young.
Where's he finding the power to do this?
Eric Young, Death Valley driver on Akam, but can Young cover? Young looking for the lateral press. Young looking to win War Games for sanity.
In my mind, a little slow to cover, but understandably so. He's exhausted. Of course, you've got to remember, it was Young who started out this match. I don't know, I haven't looked at my watch. We've got to be 20, 25 minutes in at least.
A human demolition derby. Oh! Roderick Strong again with a version of his backbreakers, and he's pulling out a variety of backbreakers.
Where is Strong finding this energy?
He started this match. It's all about endurance and durability, and Roddy has that in spades.
Oh, and a jumping knee strike by Roderick Strong on Killian Dane.
All the way.
Olympic slam, a colossal Olympic slam by Strong. Is it strong enough to win War Games?
Oh, but it was a super kick from his nemesis, Adam Cole, that broke up that pinfall attempt.
We've seen Strong pull out End of Heartache, and yet it did not precipitate the end of War Games. It led to heartache for Roderick Strong.
There's no question about it, but take a look. It almost looks as though everybody in this match is in one ring apart from Kyle O'Reilly. If I was there, I'd try to separate people. You've got a lot of space to play with.
Adam Cole ascending the turnbuckle. He wants to take it to the high rent district here at War Games. Oh, but behind him, Eric Young blindsiding him with a forearm.
And it's Young, Cole, and now Strong on the top rope in the middle of the cage.
And the three that started this match here, let's see what they're going for.
Well, if Young and Strong could form some kind of alliance here, but it's too late for that now.
Oh, man. Oh, no. All 9 competitors here in Houston at War Games. Mamma Mia! Towers of Doom in stereo! And look who is left relatively unscathed, Adam Cole.
It's Adam Cole, baby!
This is the opportunity of a lifetime right here for Adam Cole. Take a look at this.
Absolutely incredible. Dual stereo super power bombs. What carnage. Look at this as well from a different angle.
That registered on the Richter scale, but can Adam Cole take advantage? Akam and Razor, Authors of Pain, are back up on their feet, and they are chasing Cole up the cage. Oh!
But Authors of Pain left him there. What are they doing now instead? Uh-oh.
You can see table for 3 on the WWE Network. Authors of Pain look like they're setting up what could be a table for 1 for Adam Cole. Maybe tables for 1.
Cole still on the top rope, prone. I'm not sure if he knows what's in store for him, because if he did, he would move.
Razor and Akam setting up the tables. But who will their target be?
Cole's got to move. Get out of there.
Adam Cole, prone.
I don't think he doesn't.
I don't think he realizes that the tables have been set up. He's just trying to recover, trying to buy some valuable time to recuperate.
Well, this is it. If they manage to put Adam Cole through both of those tables.
Alexander Wolf leaps in, helping his enemy,
That's
Adam
an
Cole.
interesting choice, Morrow. Saving Adam Cole. I'm not sure I would have done that.
Right. But sanity, Adam, and I mean, you go into the mindset. Wow, look, you can't. Where's Cole going? If he escapes, if his feet hit the floor, his team forfeits the match.
Hold your breath. He's not outside yet. This man has a plan.
He's putting himself in harm's way.
Look at this.
Super German suplex through the tables.
Goodness.
And the Authors of Pain, at least one of them suffering the fate that they wanted to enact on someone else.
Oh! Leaping neck breaker by Eric Young off the turnbuckle. What? Adam Cole swimming on the top of the cage.
Moment of truth for Adam Cole. What does he do now? I mean, he can stay up there and try and save himself.
Save himself. He needs to help his team get back in the ring.
The damage continues to be accrued. Kyle O'Reilly with the garbage can.
Undisputed is a man short with Adam Cole at the top of the ring just hanging out. What's he doing?
Oh! Brownell's kick to the leg. O'Reilly with a jumping knee strike on Killian Dane. Oh, and Dane turning O'Reilly inside out with that clothesline.
There was just only one way that was going to end up.
Where is Adam Cole going to end up?
And Killian Dane now back on his feet again. To me, this man has been the most impressive of anyone in this match. The devastation that he has enacted has been absolutely incredible.
Dane spots the garbage can.
What's he thinking?
Hurt somebody. That's what he's thinking.
But how?
Not exactly going to try to recycle Kyle O'Reilly, as Killian Dane, who's had many incredible moments already in this match. And the Beast of Belfast, now he is climbing the cage.
Oh.
What is this?
Coast to coast goes Killian Dane, and he destroys Kyle O'Reilly in the process.
Nearly 350 pounds all the way across the ring into that garbage can. Look at this.
The big boy clearing half the ring.
Wow! A star-making performance for the Belfast. What, Adam Cole's? What?
For the second time in this match, Adam Cole is on top. is poised to strike, perhaps.
Okay, we've seen people go from the turnbuckle, the top turnbuckle. You don't tell me that Adam Cole is literally going to put his career in jeopardy here.
Well, there's Roderick Strong.
And now Adam Cole realizes that Roderick Strong is going to attempt to join him in.
Oh! Perhaps, I don't know. Was Cole trying to get out there? I don't know.
Man.
Protect himself.
This is incredibly dangerous.
Oh, boy. Guys, be careful. Roderick, be careful. 20, 25 feet up there.
Where do you cross the line in hopes of just securing victory? At what cost what price are you willing to pay?
Beyond dangerous. This just doesn't make sense.
Roderick Strong has a front chancery momentarily on Adam Cole. Both of them precariously on the top of the cage.
Oh my God!
Oh my God!
Cole
the cover! Oh, incredible!
It was Roderick Strong who somehow dug down, rolled over and covered Adam Cole.
Pure instinct.
Unbelievable. We've seen Roderick Strong suplex Adam Cole into a pile of bodies before, but never from the top of a steel cage.
Look how high these men are, driving through every one of their opponents. Different angle.
A Mount Everest superplex, courtesy of Roderick Strong. And he just part of the War Game Sea as bodies lie in different states of disrepair. The amount of punishment that has been inflicted thus far here at War Games.
So the question now becomes, what is the strategy for any of these individuals?
Survive, Nigel! Survive!
This match has got to end, though, Morrow. Someone has to win this.
Killian Dane back to his feet, uncorks a right hand on Akam. Akam fires back a right hand of his own. I can't believe that they're still able to muster this kind of power behind their punches.
Here comes the beast. No, no, no.
Oh! Leaping clothesline combination, side Russian leg sweep on that metal partition in between the ring.
It's the last chapter, the finishing maneuver of the Authors of Pain on that unforgiving steel, but they're too slow. They can't cover up.
But will they close the book on what is becoming a Stephen King novel? This House of Horrors War Games.
Sleeper hold from O'Reilly underneath the jaw, cutting off the carotid artery.
Bobby Fish unloading.
Oh, he's going down.
Litany of strikes. Wow! Total elimination there by O'Reilly and Fish. And NXT is the only place you will see action of this variety. War Games culminating another tremendous takeover event.
This is absolute madness.
Blood and guts. What? And tandem offense like that.
But again, they haven't covered the man. Dumping Wolf now. It's a double-edged sword now. Hold on a second.
Strong, Cole, and Young, the three initial participants, and boy, they are going on the attack again.
How can they have anything left?
Both wanting to take out their proverbial pound of flesh from the other.
The history between these two men.
Oh!
Hold on, wheelbarrow.
Wheelbarrow suplex into the cage. Goes Roderick Strong, courtesy of Eric Young. Oh! Cole with the kendo stick.
And again, Cole starting to come up. Guys, this man has shown something to me tonight. He had his doubters, he had his detractors, but can anyone say Adam Cole isn't who he said he was?
Eric Young has a chair, trying to get to his feet. Oh, and he used the chair to try to block it, but the brunt of the attack cost Eric Young, and Adam Cole has done it!
The winner of War Games, Adam Cole, and the Undisputed Era!
I've never witnessed anything like we have just seen here tonight at the Toyota Center in Houston. The first ever War Games match in NXT. And you know what they say about the picture? Telling 1,000 words, my friends.
Hey, Nigel, I gotta say, you know what? Adam Cole has made me a believer. Unstoppable, untouchable, undisputed. We just witnessed history here tonight.
Percy, all of these guys have made me a believer. They gave of their body and their soul. A sea of bodies in the ring now. Let's take a look at some of the highlights of this match. Listen to the sound of this kendo stick across the back of Young. And there, I think Young was picking up the chair to use.
Shining Wizard by Cole.
Deep pinfall attempt, and he gets the 3 count. But the story here, we'll go back to what Dustin Rhodes said. You don't win War Games, you survive War Games.
The havoc that has been wreaked tonight at War Games will not soon be forgotten. In the end, it is Adam Cole and the Undisputed Era that survive a battle for the ages. And the Undisputed Era planting its flag in NXT. A defiant Adam Cole.
Let's take a look at more of the chaotic stuff that went down in this match. Stereo Death Valley drivers in the corner. They call it chasing the dragon with a super kick for good measure. And then coast to coast, the beast from Belfast would fly. And an absolute Mount Everest superplex off the top. Everyone goes down like bowling pins. Seeing it again for the second time, just as devastating. Setting up Eric Young, and the knee strike with the chair. Down goes Young, and this man has to say he is the absolute best. Friends, confidants, standing victorious, the Undisputed Era move forward. What does this mean for the future of NXT?
Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, the last men standing in what was a just incredible, savage affair. NXT's first ever War Games. What a night it has been here at NXT TakeOver War Games in Houston. A definite shock to the system.
And you can see the results of the ultimate battleground known as War Games. Body still on the floor. Competitors can't even stand, just laying there.
On a night where we crowned two new NXT champions. Ember Moon as NXT Women's Champion. Andrade Cien Almas as NXT Champion. It is Undisputed Era that has left its mark in War Games.